Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Today we're here for episode 18, I believe, of Goattville building. I meant to go check the episode number before I started recording, but I just totally forgot. But I'm pretty sure it's 18. If it's not, it's 17. The past two episodes, I didn't know which episode number it was. I was one over, so we'll just call this one 18, just for now. So here we are back in the city, specifically on the museum. Spawned a little bit over that way towards the center of the city, just to provide a bit more of an interesting view to capture some of the, the new visitors' attentions. But here we are over at the museum, and it's getting quite close to being finished. I mean, the exterior is almost done as we know it for this part, just for just the Goattville part of it. And we're going to have another addition over here, which I plan to be like twice the size, but there's no way I want to build another one of those, so I'll probably just build that around half the size. It'll be a small little annex across the street, which would be connected by the sky bridge, which I have not built over, but that's just because I need to figure out what the design for this one is, so that the styles won't be too much of a hard shift in between the two. But in the last episode, we worked on this first section of the museum, this hallway over here, which was the classical arts section. So we have plenty of paintings up there on the wall with their names and the artist as well. And we also built this massive note block contraption for Sweden from the original Minecraft soundtrack. And since then, I've added a couple things like those information signs that appear occasionally in museums. So this one is in October of 2018. Minecraft from the OST from the original soundtrack was established as the official gamer national anthem. Some of you might understand that. Some of you probably have no idea. Wet Hands is ranked by Majestic Goat as the best song featured in Minecraft OST. It's a very nice song. Search it up if you feel like it. The Minecraft OST will always be remembered as the greatest soundtrack ever made in gaming. That one is absolutely true. And Sweden was chosen to be covered here because of its simplicity and nostalgic effect. Minecraft soundtrack was a beautiful piece of art. So I just put a bunch of information about that up there on the glass, so that the people, as they're listening to the note blocks go off, they can just look at the signs to sort of complement for the other sense. But aside from that, nothing too much over here in terms of the plesiosaur skeleton. It looks really good. I think I added the roof since the last episode, or that might have already been there, but it's got some nice skylight coming through, so it really has a beautiful look to it. Like, this room is definitely my favorite at the entire museum, despite it just having a big mess of quartz there. But aside from that, in between episodes, I have done some work on the back wall specifically. So if we can just break through this wall real quick to get to the back. Originally, this back wall was not completed at all, but since then I've finished it, and it actually turned out quite nice. It has a bit more of a minimalist style in comparison to the sides. Like the sides right here, as you can see, they're filled with windows and all these crazy details. But meanwhile, here in the back, they got more of an interesting layout. It just got two windows on the side, which are kind of spaced out a good bit, and then the bigger windows in the middle, as well as a big clock up there, just because I didn't know what else to put there. And it's of course a 2:30 clock, because that's the easiest time to portray. And then we got ourselves a Goattville flag and a Visby or Gotland flag, I believe is what it is. But that's basically what the back is. And for the space behind the museum, I'm not just gonna cut it off. If I was gonna do that, I wouldn't have any windows there. Instead, I'm gonna make myself a little garden kind of thing right here. I mean, not too gardenish, but there'll be a pathway running through here from that side of the street over there, and then another pathway running from that side of the street over there, and they'll meet in the middle, where I'll probably have a big tree, and it would just be a nice, lovely little area behind the museum for maybe a small little restaurant like I have over here. One of those small little restaurants that are 10 by 20 blocks, so really small, but I feel like it could work. But aside from that, let's actually get to the building first. This episode's probably going to be a bit shorter, just because, I don't have any massive plans for me, or any capable plans for me to do within the next bit of recording, so I think I'm just going to work on this little bit back here. Originally, I was going to work over here towards the natural history hallway of the museum, but I decided that we'd instead work in this back area since it's completed, and since I actually have a good idea for what I'm going to do here. So this back part, at least on the second floor, is going to be another sort of natural history annex, but it's not really going to be specifically that. It's instead going to be like a different theme. All of this is, a nice cold, formal, neoclassical, style of museum. But over here, it's going to actually sort of incorporate the theme of what we're building. So we're going to have like a little cutoff here in terms of the flooring, and it's going to change to grass. And then in here, we're going to have like this fictional forest, and we're going to have, lineups of all the different plants and such, and, all the descriptions of it. And then you can go down to the bottom floor where there can be like some, we can put some of the mop heads and stuff like that. So I feel like that could be quite an interesting thing to do. A little bit of, what's called kinesthetic learning. I think that's what it's called, like hands-on as they call it. But yeah, I feel like I could do that. So first I'm going to have to clear out the flooring and replace it with the grass and then get a general layout of it. So I suppose I could do that in a quick jump cut. So we can be there in 3, 2, 1. And here we are, about 10 minutes later, after some basic layouts of all of this. I've come up with this design. It's not completely, completed yet, but this is just a rough concept of it. It's going to look a bit weird from, this perspective when you're going through all this nice, clean, perfect museum just to see some, scattered wood around here. But I tried to cover it up. I extended that wall around a little bit. And also, I would have extended it all the way down to this wall, but it's, kind of in the way of the window, so I just moved it back one, and right here is be like a door to a little service closet, or something like that. But this is kind of my general idea of it. You kind of walk through here, and it's got, some grass there to the side, but there's some wood on the floor going through, just, to make a bit more of a smooth path. And these will lead to all the different areas where we can have different things. So I have this little bit marked over here, and this will lead to somewhere. Because it's just going to be like a big series of hallways leading around everywhere. And over here, there's a big space by the window where you can look out to the big tree that we're going to have in the back. But aside from that, this is a rough concept of an idea. I could change it. This isn't a solid plan, so if you would have a better idea, then I'd love to hear it, because this one, it's acceptable. It's not amazing. It's not like the plesiosaur skeleton. It's not the most beautiful thing ever, but but yeah, that's basically what that is. Not too sure exactly what else I can put here. I'm of course going to put leaves on top, just so that they look like trees. So like what type of leaves? We would use all different types of leaves, because I used all different types of wood as well. Just 3 kinds that are a solid brown color, but we can just take some leaves and just sort of scatter them around. The best thing is that these leaves don't block out the light, so the light there will be covered up, but also still shining through. So I would go through and just randomize all this, but this is basically all it is, just me throwing blocks down randomly. So we'll kind of have something like that. And of course the roof won't be like 2 blocks tall at some point, except for like on the wall right there, but we got to make sure we have adequate space for the people to walk through. But I'll probably go through and maybe polish this up in between episodes, unless I get someone recommending a better idea, which would be very nice. But aside from that, I guess that'll be it for this episode. I'm not too sure if I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that I was going to make this run rather quick, a rather simple recording this time around. And during the beginning of the episode, I got to show more of just got to show some of the progress, because, the Goattville updates videos have always done better than the Goattville building. You can tell just by the views of my recent ones. I think my last building video has about like 50 views, maybe less than that right now, but my last updates video has got probably near like 70 or something like that. But my updates videos before the break used to get into the hundreds, so I guess that'd be how it is. I'm gonna do another updates video when this museum is complete, just this part of it, and we can do like a full tour of it after that. So hopefully that will, bring people back to life. But aside from that, if you made it to this point, leave goats in the comments. A little routine I do here: leave goat in the comments, so I can see who are the people that waste their time watching my videos for the 15 to 20 minutes that this has been going on already. So. Anyway, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!